What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Keyword Podcast, Episode 2. And today, I'm joined by AK Bear once again. Say hello.
What's going on, everyone? How we doing?
I'm sure everyone is fine and well in this quarantine time, but the problem is today, this is what we're going to be talking about, Fortnite and its communication. Fortnite and pretty much everything wrong with it right now, I imagine. So, yeah, I'm sure AK Bear has a starting point that we should go off of, because it's quite a big topic right now.
Yes, so I was tweeting about this the other day on Twitter, and I was thinking, I was like, dude, it literally doesn't make sense. I don't know if you guys have seen like Cypher PK or Kiwi's like talk videos about, everything, all the Fortnite drama stuff that's been going on. But you know, Fortnite, it's a billion-dollar company, and it just doesn't make sense why they are like ghosting us like this. Like we haven't had an update. I mean, we have had updates, but very small, very weak updates. We haven't had a good update, and I mean, God, how long? Months?
Well, I
Definitely
think
months.
that the content update that we had, the one with the bounce pads and umbrellas, was really good for YouTube, but we
That
definitely
was about
haven't.
the best one though, and that
Yeah,
wasn't
but
like
it wasn't the greatest for the
wasn't
gameplay
yeah.
itself. It was just content in itself.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That kind of leads us into our first point. Like, just like I don't get what the thought process is behind this. Like, I definitely think a company as smart as Epic Games is not ghosting their community like everyone thinks they are or whatever they're thinking. Um, I definitely think there's a reason behind it. They're one of the smartest companies I've seen just from how they started their game from scratch and grew it to the biggest game in the world. They're the smartest company, game development company that we have seen in a long time. So I don't know why they're doing this, but I mean, we may get into that a little bit later. Not sure,
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
it's insane because Epic has to be one of the smartest video game companies ever, just because of how amazing the concept of most of the stuff in Fortnite is. Because the game's free, but the cosmetics are so, they look amazing and they've done a great job of making you want to buy cosmetics to get money, and they've obviously succeeded because they're a $1 billion company. And they got all that from a free game. So they're very smart, but it's just the question is why have they not been communicating or helping out
doing
their
anything.
fan
Yeah.
base essentially?
Yeah. I mean, dude, the first big red flag that doesn't make sense to me at all is their communication. Their communication with their fan base back in season 4 through I'm gonna say 8 even was
Yeah,
spectacular with their fan base. It was just unbelievable. You never saw that good of communication between their fan base. They, had these fun little videos. Every patch they had like if they added a new item, they had like a new
like
video
the dev
showing.
updates.
Right, yeah, they had the dev like explaining what the new item was. Like that, dude, that was great. That was great stuff. And Fortnite doesn't do that anymore. It's just so sad how they've let their game gone from something unbelievable to people that, people despise it now. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Um but like, the communication is just the biggest thing for me. I just don't get it, man. They don't communicate. They don't even have patch notes anymore, dude. It's so weird.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like the patch notes have to be one of the biggest things about Epic's communication that was so amazing because each week they had patch notes and they told us what had changed, told us what they'd tweaked. But now they're leaving us in the dark, leaving many to think that they just don't care. I know they do care, but they think that Epic
Doesn't
doesn't
seem
care
like it.
because there's no
Yeah.
evidence that they do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, games like this, games usually die. The games that die, there not only are there a lot of things that are wrong with Fortnite right now, they're just in a bad state in general. Um, but not only the communication, but everyone. everyone has a terrible impression about aim assist, which we'll definitely get into that later. That's another humongous topic.
Oh yeah,
Aim
that's
assist,
something bigger than
the
itself, dude.
the skill-based matchmaking, dude, I can't even stress it. How much I've heard those two words. It's so big.
Yeah.
Skill-based matchmaking alone is like one of the most hated things about Fortnite. Probably more hated than like Siphon being removed was. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%. Like Siphon being removed was huge at the time, but skill-based matchmaking being added has to be if Fortnite does end up dying and it doesn't have like another peak ever again, then skill-based matchmaking will be the reason why it died. I'm calling it now. Like they'll have videos in the future about remember Fortnite? You want to know why it died? It was skill-based matchmaking, and it's all
yeah.
true because skill-based matchmaking is ruining content on YouTube. You can't find like a little kid in duos fill anymore because if you're a good enough player, then you're only gonna find good players, which is really really bad. And unfortunately, that's just the way it's going right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, games like, Apex added skill-based matchmaking and they didn't necessarily die, but their game definitely lost
Oh yeah,
a
no,
ton of hype,
yeah.
bro. It was like no doubt about it, one of the biggest games out there, and then they just threw their game in the garbage.
It's
It
the
was
same
so
situation with Warzone. They added skill-based matchmaking, and now like I'm telling you, like everyone, like you know how Warzone was so hyped up. Like sure, I think the fact that Valorant came out also kind of killed that hype, but they had skill-based matchmaking added, and everyone hated it. Everyone that was playing Warzone hated it, and now they've also got hackers and stuff like that. Like Warzone just turned into something like terrible, but I'm sure it's still like a decent game.
yeah. I mean, dude, Epic's big excuse for skill-based matchmaking to stay in the game is for the new players. For the new players to I can't even tell you how many times I've heard that. The new players.
Yeah.
Dude, they could literally implement a system that's like a tutorial. Dude, I played
Exactly. I was just
Valorant
about to
for
say
the
that.
first time the other day, and the first thing I loaded in, there was a tutorial. It walked me through how to play the game, how to use the guns, how to shoot the guns, how to do all the stuff in the game. That's what Fortnite needs. They can remove skill based, they can remove everything that the community hates while still be able to cater to the new players, to the people that buy the skins, whatever they're trying to cater to.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm just gonna throw this in there. Who hasn't played Fortnite? Like, sure, like who's gonna get into Fortnite fully now? I mean, you've probably played it before if you have an interest in the game, because, like,
Yeah.
sure, there's gonna be new players, but I don't imagine that there's going to be more new players than players that have already played right now and are still playing because you're catering to a minority. I'm
Yeah.
like there's a minority of people that hasn't played Fortnite, who's not too good at Fortnite, but most of the people have played Fortnite. I'm sure they might not be the best, but they still like understand how to play the game, and they hate skill-based matchmaking as well because like they can't get better at the game if they're not fighting better players.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, back in season 1, people had to play the game to get better. They now people can go in creative and sweat their brains out. It's a totally different environment now. People,
Yeah, 100%. Like I feel like Fortnite has to do something soon because sure their game isn't dying. Well, it's definitely going down, but it's not gonna die for a very long while. But it's definitely going to become a problem having all of this stuff in the game that people hate, and obviously it's already become a problem, but it's going to become an even bigger problem when another new game comes out like Valorant that's actually a battle royale and is actually like Fortnite, and it doesn't have all the stuff that people hate in Fortnite. People are going to go there, and Epic is going to be left in the dust because of their stupid decisions.
I mean, dude, another thing they can add I just thought of for like skill-based matchmaking, say there's a problem with the tutorial or something.
Yeah.
What if they added skill-based matchmaking to where it goes up to like you're in skill-based games until you get to level like 10 or 20. And then once you're above level 10 or 20 and you're out of those AI lobbies, whatever, you go into the normal
Yeah, but the problem
battlefield.
is that everybody restarts their levels in each season. So I
True, each
imagine, what
season,
about
yeah.
account level? Because account
Account
level's still a
level,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, account level, definitely.
Account level. For sure. That's exactly what they need to go off of. Then it's a win-win for both people, and they can even throw in the tutorial. That way the new players are really educated on how to play the game, and they're going up against AIs and people that aren't,
Real.
that way the OG players don't have to suffer. It's literally a win-win, both sides of the story.
Yeah, definitely. It's just the best way to go about things. And unfortunately, Epic isn't doing that. And
They're
it's like there's
not
so many good
thinking
ideas out on
correctly.
the internet right now, but Epic isn't listening to any of them, which is very, very insane. But anyway, what were you gonna say?
No, yeah. It just doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I mean, and another thing, people here, let's talk about aim assist actually
Yeah,
before I
let's
get
talk about
into
aim
this.
assist.
Aim assist. So, aim assist. Where do I even start? So like aim assist, so for those of you watching who somehow haven't heard of aim assist, you must be living under a rock if you haven't. Aim assist is quite the topic in Fortnite right now. Many people like it. Obviously, mainly the controller people like it, and mainly the keyboard and mouse players hate it. And I definitely think aim assist needs to be in the game for controller players, because they're playing on sticks. They need to have some kind of assist.
Yeah,
But now, whenever it gets whenever the issue rises, is when they get a 240 hertz monitor and they play controller with aim assist on 240 frames. That's when the problem arises. Now, if they were playing on, console on their 60 capped frames, they need aim assist at its max. Maybe
100%.
whenever they go on PC, Fortnite servers detect that they're on PC playing on a controller, and then they lower the aim assist like buff, like they nerf it a little bit for aim
Yeah.
assist or for PC. I feel like that would fix all the issues. That's
Yeah, it
just my
would.
opinion, though.
And as a controller player myself, I feel like this is a good topic for us because you're a keyboard and mouse player and my controller player on PC as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of people hate me, but the thing
Oh yeah.
is, I hate aim assist as well because just like if you're a controller player, you still get sprayed by other controller players, and
Yeah.
um and I found when I was recording recently, uh, I was in top five. I just taken a launch pad. I was at 100 HP, 100, 100, and I got bopped in the head twice by a controller player, and I instantly died. And I had I had a mythic weapon and everything, but like, yeah, it was very frustrating, and I felt I like myself. I tend sometimes to to turn off my aim assist and see how I play. I usually do it in Team Rumble, where I did in solos once, and I still hit my shots, but you need to be using like a spaz weapon. So you definitely need to have aim assist in the game. 100%. Aim assist needs to be in the game,
Needs
but
to be in the
it
game.
needs to be nerfed. On console, if they still have crossplay, forced crossplay, they need to nerf it on console as well. But if they don't have forced crossplay, keep it the same on console. 100%. Even
Keep
actually,
it on high,
even
yeah.
actually, I've got an idea. Still nerf it a little bit at console because you still hate being sprayed by other players. So I say nerf it on console, nerf it on PC, nerf it everywhere. Make it so, maybe make it 75% of the power that it is right now, because it's like 100% right now. Make it maybe 75% on PC, maybe make it 80% on console. I don't know what, like, but if you need to do the all around because of forced crossplay, make it so it's nerfed everywhere, so it's fair for everyone, and it's essentially if you complain, then you're just bad at the game.
Dude, yeah, and that would totally fix, and then Epic may bring up this issue, like, okay, well, what do we do about comp? Like the cash cups, because all the pools are currently separated, right? Like
Yeah.
PC are on their own like tournament thing. If you fixed aim assist, like we're saying, and you nerfed it on PC, everyone can play. Everyone can play on the same servers. All consoles can play on the same servers. Meaning that PCs can play with PS4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, mobile, whatever. Everyone can play together as one big community. That way, it's not split up in separate like in separate servers or whatever you want to call it, separate pools. They're all together. It's all, not too OP, not OP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I
Everyone would
don't
be in the
necessarily
same thing.
agree with your statement here. I'm gonna bring my own. I feel like all console and mobile players should be in their own loot pool and PC out of it, because PC has such a huge advantage on console players and mobile players, and Nintendo Switch is just like at the moment Nintendo Switch is like no, like Nintendo Switch I feel like a Nintendo Switch has to be in their own thing. Mobile is better than Nintendo Switch right now because Fortnite can't figure out how to work their servers on it. But console, even if they don't do that, console needs to be separated from PC. No forced crossplay on PC. It needs to be forced crossplay in between mobile and console, not with PC, because PC has such a huge advantage over them. It's absolutely insane. And it's just
Yeah, I guess
since
I can
there's
see
like
that.
no console players essentially on Twitter and everywhere else, you don't see it too often because obviously since they're not on PC, they don't go on Twitter and stuff too often. Uh, you don't see it. You don't see like their opinions, and when I do, I realize that they need to be in their own loopholes, like with like PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and mobile. They need to be in their own things. They need to be on their own prize pools. PC needs to be on their own as well, because it's kind of stupid in my opinion that PC could even like the idea of PC even facing console is like just it's a really dumb idea in my opinion because
Yeah.
unless if you're in a squad with someone else that's in a PC and like just don't just don't Fortnite because it's so OP. I remember playing on Switch back in season 8. That was the last season I did play on it before I got my PC. And I kept being put up against PC players, and I was averaging 30 FPS. None of the locations were loading in for me. Like, how am I supposed to fight the PC players that have like 1,000 FPS? No, I'm over exaggerating, but like 200 FPS
Yeah.
against a 30 FPS player, and all the stuff's loading in for them, and they have like 100 times a bit of graphics, and it's just like, yeah, that's my opinion anyway. You continue on with what you were saying.
No, yeah, no, I agree with yours as well. I mean, I feel like, keyboard and mouse and controller, they're OP in their own ways. Controllers somewhat OP with aim.
Yeah.
Mouse and keyboard is somewhat OP with building. People are lunatics, and the controller people are evolving with building too. Look at Faye Sway.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, the controller people have evolved. Like, that is a
Yes, they've
known fact.
evolved into a new Pokemon.
Freaking lunatics, bro. But, like, another thing I wanted to talk about a little bit. I was gonna bring this up earlier, but I wanted to talk about aim assist first because that's less important. Um, why is Fortnite ghosting us? Why? Like, what is the reasoning? What are some reasonings that could lead up to why they're doing it? You know,
Yeah.
the one main thing that I don't, there's a million different possibilities that could happen, that could have happened for it to lead to this, but I feel like maybe there's something business related going on
I don't
that
know. The
they,
only
you
thing that
know,
I can think of right now is that last season they were ghosting us because we thought that they were bringing in a new server, which they did. But now they're not bringing in a new server. So what are they doing?
yeah, dude, it's literally like nothing, not, dude, there's no excuse they can make that can make up for like the no communication, the no, patch notes, the no clarification on anything, that no one's on this. They're leaving the content creators on the back burner and literally not telling them anything. And
Yeah.
as a content creator, you need some bit of content. Look at it. Laserbeam made a video yesterday about a bear that you can't do anything with, and
Yeah,
he
he just
made
strapped
it.
C4
He
to it and threw it at
expanded.
people.
Yeah, dude. But what he did, he expanded on the little bit of content they gave him. That's what content creators need. They need content to expand on to play the game. That way it gets other people into the game. It gets other people to throw bears at other people in Fortnite. It gets people interested in their game because there's content. There's interesting stuff. There's, you know, stuff going on. And I feel like just this doesn't make sense. What they're doing doesn't make sense. There's no reason that can make up for this in my opinion anyway. I don't
Yeah,
know why they
there's
would do
there's
this.
no reason to do this, and I feel like it's hard because Fortnite is such a good game sometimes, but Epic Games isn't allowing it to be better. In my opinion.
Especially coming from a billion-dollar company. I mean, they're smart, they're geniuses, and they're letting it go down the trash can like this. It just doesn't make sense.
It's just it never made sense. Like if they have no communication. Like the biggest problem right now, the biggest problem it isn't the gameplay, it's that they haven't told us anything about why this stuff's happening. And that's something that they need to do in order for people to, realize, okay, they're fixing this thing, but we don't know if they're fixing this thing at all. And that's just the biggest problem of Fortnite right now, is that we just don't know anything about the game. And that's
Yeah.
really stupid in my opinion. And I'm going to quickly expand, just for a few seconds, just expand on something else. The new servers that they spent a few months putting in, expanding that last season to be so boring and losing most of their player base, the new servers are trash. So bad, worse than the last ones. Everybody has been complaining about them. They suck. The competitive community, the end games are terrible, and I've never experienced more ping lag, more FPS lag in my entire life. And it isn't because of COVID-19, because
Yeah.
before that it had the problems like that it does. So Fortnite needs to get their mind together and fix the servers and give us communication.
That's literally all the right, and a little bit of content while they're at it.
Yeah, and a lot of
'Cause we're
content while they're at it. Thank you very much,
mean,
Fortnite.
dude, it's literally like you said. People are blaming it on the coronavirus. It's not the coronavirus, dude. This has been going on. They haven't been making changes to their game for months before the coronavirus started. And sure, the coronavirus definitely, I'm sure, slowed them down. But even that is an excuse. They could still tweet out and be like, "Hey, we've been really slow because of the corona,
Yeah, they could just say that.
COVID-19."
If
They
they
could
say
just
that, they
say
could
and
get
be
so many
real.
people happy, man.
Like it would just be real. It wouldn't be fake, shady background. It'd be real. It wouldn't be, they'd be flat out telling us the truth. And I don't get it. I mean, I know they're owned like 50% or 40% by like Tencent, which is a Chinese company. I'm sure they're slowed down, with the corona.
Oh, 100%.
So that definitely has something to do with it, I'm sure, but still.
It just makes no sense to me, to be honest. All of the stuff going on with COVID-19, it's like, sure, we understand that you may be slowed down, but tell us that you're being slowed down. But
Exactly.
yeah, it's just the fact that Epic just hasn't been saying anything just still baffles me, because how can you be better at operating a game 5 months,
Than
even
anyone.
longer, it's 8 months ago, than you are right now?
Yep. And there are a million reasons that could go. Like, I don't know if you remember the end event. Like, their game was completely in the dark, kind of like how it is now. They weren't giving us
I
content. They
know, but the
weren't
thing
being
is with
real.
the end event is that it
Like,
was so good, though, because
that
it,
brought people interested again.
yeah,
They
it
need
got people
something like the
interested.
end event. They need an end event again
No,
to
they don't. No, 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 no.
bring back to
They
the
don't
game.
need an end event. We're in an end event right now. We're in the end of Fortnite, literally right now. But the thing is, the end event was just so good because we knew that there was going to be something huge coming. We knew that there was going to be so much change. But when the change came, there was nothing new to, like, continue the hype. Like, you had the huge map change, everyone was hyped about it, oh my god, it was so amazing for the first 3 weeks, and then nothing. Nothing for
Yeah.
months. Months. They thought that a map could keep people interested for ages, and now we're into Season 2, which has been, like, we've had Season 1 and 2, and that's been the time of 3 seasons. And we're in Season
Yeah.
2. They've extended it a month, which is fine because of COVID-19. I understand, but they haven't said it's because of COVID-19. They haven't said anything about it. They say, oh, we have challenges and updates coming soon. But yeah, but why did you, like, at least, we understand that it probably could be COVID-19, but why don't you just flat out tell us? Like, we
Just
won't be
be
disappointed.
real,
We'll be
yeah.
happier.
Yeah, dude. Here's a theory from LG Kiwis, real quick, and this is another big theory that people are thinking. He says, deep down, I feel like Epic Games got tired of the Fortnite hype and pressure of being the #1 game and wanted to wipe Fortnite hype and pressured of being the #1 game and wanted to wipe out half the players out so they could sit back and relax and not care anymore while still pulling in good money. That, I don't know. I'm half and half on that because it's like that is not really a Fortnite thing. I can't see Fortnite doing that with all the success they've had. I don't know why they would do that. The side of me that's like maybe is like because they have had a lot of pressure, they just made an entire new map. And if they are doing something huge to bring their game hype again, I'm sure that has them stressed, like
I know, but just
they're
tell us
I
that you're
don't know.
doing
Just
something
tell us.
epic. Just tell us that you're doing something awesome
That's the
behind the
thing.
scenes. Just tell us that. Tell us what you're doing. That's the problem. I'm tired of saying it now. Just listen to your community, and maybe you'll become the greatest game again.
Yeah, dude, that's what made them the greatest game. Like, I love the game. I've spent over $1,000 on it. Like,
100%.
I wouldn't spend over $1,000 on a game I didn't like. Like, this is hands down one of the best games ever made, and I just don't understand. They need to at least like say they are stressed. Whatever. Just send out a little tweet saying, "Be real with us. Don't be fake. Don't be shady. Just be 100% realistic and say, here's the deal. We're really, we want to take a step back and see, maybe invest some more time into, maybe making another game or our other Epic games that we're working on the back end. We just want to update you guys on what's been going on. Just be real. I've seen that with Valorant, dude. They've been so real on their Twitter. It's
They
like
have.
just a 13-year-old tweeting. I'm like, what? They're so real on the news that's going on, the updates, what they've been working on, how good their closed beta's been acting. It's like Fortnite hasn't been doing any of that. It's like such a letdown.
Yeah, the thing is with the Valorant, though, is that it's by Riot Games that made League of Legends, dude. And they know how to communicate with their fan base because of their experience in the past. But, like, I'm going to say that, we said it in the last podcast, and I'm going to say it again. Valorant won't kill Fortnite. Fortnite will kill Fortnite.
Yeah, dude, there's more. That's so true. There's more of a chance of Fortnite, killing itself than Valorant killing Fortnite. It's so
no other game's going to
scuffed.
kill Fortnite apart from itself. That's it.
Yep.
I feel, unless if you have another point, I feel like we should probably wrap this up. Like, I think we've said everything we've wanted to, unless if you got something.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really don't think there is. I mean, if you guys want us to cover anything else down below, like regarding this topic or whatever, if there's anything you guys want to see outside this topic, let us know.
Let us know,
Leave a
dude.
comment.
Like, we're open to doing anything about YouTube and gaming. Anything that's relevant at
Yeah.
the moment, we're welcome to, like, talk about it. So, obviously we're not the biggest podcast, so we'll hear and listen to all your messages, dude. So,
Heck
thank
yeah.
you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see another one, smash like. Comment down below what we should talk about next time. Make sure to go follow us on Twitter. All the links will be in the description below. Subscribe to the channel for new podcasts every week. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.